Hello and welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Nimbatus. Today we will be making a space drone and messing around with a few features in the game. So this game isn't out yet, it's still in pre-alpha, still being developed, and they were nice enough to send me a key of the game to play their game for the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I have played a little bit of it, but that was just because I was messing around with some of the logic components. So, in this game, I should probably explain this. In this game, you start with this huge galaxy, and as you complete objectives on planets, your area that you can go to expands, and there's different types of things you can do, and it's pretty interesting. So every time you click on a planet, it'll ask you to make a drone. It'll say the objectives and everything, just so you know what you're trying to do. So we are going to create a new drone. Now when I first started playing this, it actually caught me really off guard because of how it works. Unlike all the other creators for spaceships and stuff, this one relies heavily on setting your own hotkeys. This actually reminds me a lot of Besiege in that way. Just it uses a lot more logic components, such as all these logic gates. So my first goal when I saw these logic gates and these sensors was, hey, I want to make an automated army that can automatically do every mission in the game. And well, I'm not quite there yet. Along the way of me trying to figure that out, I learned quite a few cool and nifty tricks on how to make some really neat things. So we're going to be making a drone really quickly that I'm essentially wanting to turn this into a point-and-click adventure. So this a directional sensor, you can make it go to your cursor. So I can essentially, what I can do here is make it so that the ship is always facing my cursor, and I can make the tolerance. So see that little gray area right here? That shows, let's say, it tilts this far. Once it gets out of that gray area, it will, that's left, yeah, it will hit the hotkey that says tilted left. So I don't want the tolerance to be that big because then I'll drift, but other than that, that'll be good. And this one, I want to be gravity based. So let's say I have it following my mouse normally, I want to be able to click another button and have it face downward so I can drill to the center of the planet. And that's another cool feature of this game, is the fact that all of the terrain is destructible. You can drill right through the planets, and sometimes there'll even be objectives in the center of the planet, which is pretty dang cool. Anyway, now that I have these sensors down, I need to add so these would be the inputs. Now I need to add the outputs for the sensors. So that would be the thrusters. So everything you make has to be attached to something, and everything can only be so far away from something else. So I'm, for the most part, I'm going to keep everything based off my main thing here, but other than that, let's see. That should be enough forward thrust. Now I want... Okay, so now I need to think how I want to set this up so I can fit in everything I want. I'm going to have to add weapons of some sort to destroy terrain and lots of enemies that are coming at me. And I'm also going to want some other things that will help me get around the planet, for example. So this should give me full control over my movement. Now, to set this all up, okay, so what I want to do is I want it's that normally my ship automatically turns to where my cursor is. I hold left click and it will move forward to where my cursor is. I hold right click to make it so the ship faces downwards. Okay, this is going to be a little complicated. So to move forward, I want it to be left click, so these can all be mouse. So if I click my left click, it will automatically push all these forward moving thrusters. Let's see here. Okay, this directional sensor can be the keys Q and W. Now this is where I need to use logic gates. So I need these inputs to both reach separate logic gates, one for turning left and one for turning right. So in both these cases, let's add these quickly. A and S. So how am I gonna do this? So let's use right as an example. Just up the tolerance there. If we use right as an example, if I'm getting one of these inputs, I want to do one thing, but if I'm getting the hold on, yeah, I'll be right back when I can figure this out. And we're back, and I've just spent a little while figuring out how to do what I wanted to do. So my goal was, just to reiterate, normally having it follow my mouse around, and then when I press the toggle button, it centers to the, to the planet I'm going around. So what I did is, let's say, so normally when this is tilted right, it should shoot this thruster to correct itself back. Yeah, let's say I move my mouse over here, it's too far. Actually, be the other way around. So if I move my mouse over here, get this little dot back in the gray area, it'd move this back this way. It'd push this until it was corrected. So the output for tilted right is W. And let's see. That goes into this over here. So activates the output if both inputs are pressed. So normally this isn't pressed, meaning that if I do this, it would have no effect until I turn on the switch, which is my toggle button, which activates both of them, meaning it can move in that direction, but only if this is turned on. Now, once the toggle is turned on and it's able to move around to my mouse, it deactivates this, so if activates the output key if the input key is not pressed. So if the input key R is not active, which is only if this is untoggled, means the output, it will produce this output as long as this switch isn't on, meaning it will go to this other AND gate and do the other system, which is done through this directional sensor. Now, sorry if you guys didn't get that. It was a little bit confusing. It took me quite a while to figure out, but I'll just quickly show you. So normally, let's toggle it. So see how both those switches are on? Now it's following my mouse. Let's just move around. And let's say I toggle it again. It will automatically center down to the planet, and I can move around centered to the planet. And that was my goal. So that's one of the cool things you can do with all the logic parts in this game. Now I just need to do all the other stuff. Oh boy. Now I want to make it so that when it's centered to the planet, it will push itself back off or propel itself forward depending on if it's close enough to the ground. Yeah, that sounds realistic, I think. So for this, I need to add a detection event. So that'd basically be if this sensor gets hit by terrain, then it will activate this key. So let's set that to J. Now if J is hit, then if J is active, I want these to be active. But if J is not hit, so let's put a if not gate. So let's say if once J is hit, this will turn off, but if J is not being hit, then let's do the output H, or I guess mouse, and push these thrusters. So where is it? There it is. Output mouse. There we go. So let's up that a little bit. Let's see how this turns out. There we go. And now it's balanced between these two, facing a little ways away from the train. It is a little bit powerful, but I mean, there's not too much I can do about that unless I wanted to add like 18 more logic parts or mess around with dynamic thrusters, which I don't really want to do right now. So next step would be adding the weaponry that I'm using to mine with. The best weaponry that you start off with to mine is these plasma lasers. So I want these plasma lasers to activate when the sensor is hitting something. So the output key is J, so I'm going to set these to activate when J is hit. And I want these all along the bottom because if I start mining downwards and the side of my ship gets stuck, that will not be a good thing. So let's just fit as many on as possible. And there we go. Set all the detection events to J. There we go. I just realized. Hold on. Wait, never mind. This should be fine. Yeah. Control copy, Control V. Paste a few more of these down. And there we go. Now we have the weaponry for our ship, and we have room to put in the power for that as well, which I'll put in. Solar panels are required to shoot weaponry, and these fuel cells, which recharge automatically, are required to power your engines, which is pretty cool. Sorry for all you OCD freaks, this is not a symmetrical ship anymore, because that logic part. Let's just throw in a bunch of these. Let's get rid of this just so it doesn't bother me. It's just going to automatically go forward and blow up on its own. Got it. Thanks, game. So I think the problem here is that it's all connected to the centerpiece and it's freaking the hell out because of it. So to fix that, all I need to do is attach these pieces to something a little bit closer to themselves. So in that case, it's going to be this thruster. Or let's say for these ones it'll be this logic part. And I believe this will fix the problem. If it doesn't, I can always play around with this a little bit more. But generally, in my experience, that's what causes it. Now it's... There we go. Much more stable. That is using up a lot of energy, but oh well. Actually, maybe I'll do this a little bit differently. Maybe I'll do this is K, this is, oh, I don't know, K. I'll do another, and I'll set another few sensors down quickly. That basically say to go mining. I just want a few just to make sure I don't miss out on anything. Rotate these two. And let's set these all onto something a little bit closer to them so it doesn't freak out. Increase their range. And then set it all to J. So if any of these detect something, it will automatically shoot. There we go. So, oh, it's so uneven. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Oh god. J. There we go. Let's fight. And then, when those sensors are active, it automatically shoots. So we no longer have the problem of. Hold on. There we go. We no longer have the problem of them only shooting half the time when close to terrain. Oh, whoops. Okay, next step would be the weaponry to protect from other enemies. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be right back for this one. This is gonna take a little while. And we're back, and I just finished making the last few logic parts. I think before we left off last time, I said I was going to make the weaponry. I messed around with the movements a lot because I fixed up some of the errors I made, but this shoots with N, and if we're facing downwards, like it won't shoot automatically when we're doing this, but if we're doing this, it'll automatically shoot. And when I'm like this, I press the middle mouse button to shoot, which is done through this. Middle mouse button equals N, which shoots the weapons, which is pretty cool. And so when I'm going down, I should automatically propel off, shoot my weapons. to mine through the terrain. And then if I turn that off, then I can do everything on my own. I can left click to move. Sweet, I think that is everything. Now all I want to do is add one more miner to either side, and I should be done. Let me just throw one more on either side. There we go. And J and J, and I think we're ready to test this overly complicated drone out. Overly complicated being very, very descriptive of this entire drone. Let's save and exit. Let's rename it to, I don't know, can I even, there we go. Let's rename it to point, and where's the end button? There it is. Click. And there we go. Okay. Oh, whoa. Let's cancel that. Okay, done. So let's launch it. And now we are loading into the map. I'm pretty sure the objective is to destroy enemy hives and the transmitter. So that is what we are going to do. And right off the bat, we are going... Oh boy. There's a drone stuck inside my ship. Hold on. Let's redo that. Immediately, a drone got stuck in between the parts of my ship. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Let's see. 100%. There we go. Please, drones. Oh, well. Everything just exploded. I'm gonna have to say... Oh, the logic parts blew up. Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna have to say that... I don't know. Maybe I should work on the automatic feature a little bit later. But for now, I think I should just use the manual. There we go. Die! There we go. Just kill this thing. Oh, whoops. God, it's kind of hard to control. Like, I'm mixing up the buttons I'm supposed to be pressing. There we go. Let's go destroy these hives. And you are out of it. Done. And destroy this thing. And we just go around killing everything. There we go. Let's mine through this mountain. If I can even turn. Oh my god, okay, this is... I think it's the... Is it the gravity that's messing me up? I think it is. Let's just go through the planet quickly. Oh, that's a tight fit. This is sketchy. Oh boy. The gravity's changing. And wow, I'm surprised this works so well. Ooh, we can sneak up on one of these guys. Oh, there's a transmitter over there on the right. There we go. There he goes. Let's go to this transmitter. Oh, I can actually melt away the train with this. Oh my god, that's so satisfying to see. Just melting away the train like that. I had no idea these were so effective. I think I might need to change my concept. Just make a flamethrower machine. Look at that. It just melts. Oh my god. That is absurdly amazing. I'm gonna run out of power though if I'm not careful. Let's melt this thing quickly. There we go. I have to destroy two more. Ah! Ah! We're out of power! Run away! No, run away. Just run away. I need more power. Okay, let's I feel like our power situation might be a little bit more under control. Let's melt everything now. Why did I even attempt the lasers? These flamethrowers are so cool. Oh boy. And there we go. Completed this planet. And my reward is a sniper tower. That is so cool. See, I just love this game just because you can play around with like all the logic parts and make these overly complicated things that sometimes work amazingly and other times don't work at all. Anyway, if you guys have any suggestions for what you guys want me to make, put them in the comments. Other than that, if you guys enjoyed, also put that in the comments because I will definitely do more if you guys did. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this show and see you guys next time.